back to the Mookie Chilson channel, and you are looking live at another cue card. This is a rundown, an outline of what we're going to talk about in the order in which we will talk about it from top to bottom, starting in yellow highlight, SGC grading reveal, exclamation point, and much more, exclamation point. And we're going to start off with a poignant pinhole pickup, which is an alliterative phrase I did not plan on using, but there it is. A Garfield pickup. If it's Sunday in New Jersey, there's a coin flips chance that there's a Garfield show, and if there is, then I'm there. And then we'll have the entree, the main course, an SGC grading reveal that will feature some lows, that will feature some mehs, and some highs. And so we'll take you through all of that, and I hope you will stick around for it. But let's go back to that alliteration, poignant pinhole pickup. And speaking of alliteration, this is Billy Buckner. 2,700 career hits, almost a 300 hitter, a great ball player in his own right, unfortunately known for that awful play in the World Series in which my man Mookie rolled one up on first. But the story of Billy Buckner cannot be told without his great beginning of his career and what happened after his career. Bill Buckner was obviously sort of depressed and in a bad way after that happened and his career ended. But he turned it around. He turned a negative into a positive. He became good buddies with Mookie Wilson and agreed to sign pictures of that fateful night in Flushing. Pictures and signings that would end up sending his daughters through college. So he sort of purged the awfulness through healthy behavior, and he's just a real example at the end of his life, just as a resilient, awesome person, and somebody who, again, at the beginning of his career, was really well regarded. So much so that some youngster decided they were going to pin him up to their wall, and I think that maybe it could be a staple, but it might be a pinhole. Anyway, this is him in 1973 in Vero Beach. So Bill Buckner goes up on the Mookie Chilson Holy Grail Wall of Fame. Let's move on to a Garfield pickup, and this is a quick one. This is a miniature version of the poster that was hanging on my wall as a young kid. This was Dwight Gooden at his finest. This was maybe the most awesome and inspiring image you could ever want to see. He's throwing smoke, literal smoke, in this sort of field of dreams-like vision. And this was a period of time where Nike, you see in the bottom left, had created like their own Dr. K logo. They were ready for Dwight Gooden to take off the same way that Air Jordan did. There were so many Madison Avenue types that were so hopeful that Dwight Gooden would live up to his promise. And I was a kid in my bedroom looking at that poster, hoping the same. Of course, that didn't happen, but this sort of captures a moment in time. And this is like a promotional postcard of that poster that's kind of got some back details on the back. Anyway, this was a $25 card that I offered $24 and got it. So that is the Garfield pickup. So now we will move in. So as I said, we have SGC grading reveal. We're going to show you the lows, the mez, and the highs. This was an 8-card submission from Westchester County at the White Plains show last month. It took about 14 days, business days, to get back to me, which is a little slow, but that's okay. And the first 2 cards that I submitted, and I'm going to show you, were crossovers. They were the 58 Topps Mickey Mantle, which I thought could do better than a 2, and the 49 Bowman Jackie Robinson, the pinhole card that I thought might be able to cross over to an SGC 1. And my thoughts on both were not borne out. I took a whiffer on both of these cards. So they're both in the original slabs, and that's fine. Like, that's totally fine. I'm not going to crack them out. I'm not interested in going any further with this. I would have liked Jackie in an SGC slab just because I think it would look a little bit nicer. But I'm still okay. So here they are on the back. They put that big nose sticker. And again, I think the Mickey is better than a 2. It does have like a gum stain on the back that maybe I didn't show you, but anyway, these two, I sort of threw money down a hole on these two, and I will live and learn. on that one. So those are the lows. The mess, let's get to the mess. The first one I'll show you is this Riemsma 1936 Olympic card. This is a Jesse Owens issue. This is the Hitler Olympics in Germany in 1936 when Jesse Owens broke the world record in front of that awful dictator. And Jesse, I wasn't sure what this was going to get. I figured it would get it too, and it did get it too, and that's fine. This is for my personal collection. I don't care. I didn't think it would get much more than that, and so I'm good with it too. So pretty cool. Let's move to Milo Alada, who is, of course, a Mexican pioneer, Mexican-born pioneer. This is his 1939 play ball. I just thought this card was just really nice looking and had a chance at doing something in the middle. And it's just really well centered and just a beautiful card, beautiful smile. I love this sort of soft focus around him and the way his hat is sort of doffed a little bit there. It's just a really nifty card. And unfortunately, it came back as authentic minimum size not met, which again is fine. This was again for my personal collection, so I'm not worried about it. I would love a number, but authentic is fine. So that's the lows and the meh. Let's move on to the highs. And I'm going to start with these two guys. These are the two Batman cards that I submitted. The one on the left is a little off center, top to bottom and left to right. The one on the right is pretty well centered. It's got softer corners and it has a ridge line coming through here that you can't see. But I wonder if you had to guess which one got the better grade. I wonder what you would say. I think from an eye appeal perspective, I think the color on this is probably just a little bit better. And from an eye appeal perspective, probably this one looks a little bit nicer to me. But let's go ahead and show you the grades here. So this one got a 4. And this one got a 3. So I actually like this one better, and I think I'm going to keep this one. So we'll see. And maybe this one will go up for sale somewhere or something. But anyway, these are from lots that I have bought previously when I was putting together the set for Son of Mookie. And so I'm happy with those grades. Then there's this card. This was the first card I ever bought on Whatnot. Greg from Midlife Cards convinced me that it was worth taking that $15 free offer to try out Whatnot, because what could you lose? You get $15 to spend on whatever you want, and if you don't like it, you don't have to do it again. And so I did. And this was the card I got. I got this card, I think it was for $11 and some shipping charges. And so basically, this card was, for all intents and purposes, free. And I thought it looked great. It's really nicely centered. It's got a little bit of soft cornering. It's not terrible. The registration is slightly off and not like totally pristine. So I think that probably didn't totally help it. But if you look at the back is super clean too. So I wasn't sure what this would get. And when it came back, I was very pleased that I got a 5.5. So it got assigned, excuse me, Greg, it was assigned a 5.5. And so this card that I basically got for free, I think these probably go for between $150 to $200. And I'm a Larry Dolby guy. This guy's going to probably stay in my collection for a long time. So I'm really happy. And I thank you, Greg, for forcing me to take the plunge. Not forcing, helping me. And then there's this card. So this is my 1968 Topps Tom Sver. Again, this is another personal collection card. And this is the first ever card that I cracked out of a slab. And I will show you the slab from whence it came. This is the slab. It was in this SBC, and it was an SBC 80, which I think equates to, I think SBC is a precursor to SGC, like before they changed the B to a C. And so I think the grading scale is the same as SGC's original grading scale, which was 80 equals a 6. So this card was an SBC 6, effectively, in the old slab, and I cracked it out. Again, it was the first card I ever cracked out. I was very nervous doing it. But I wanted to see what it would get if it was reassigned by SGC. And so I cracked it out and sent it in. And again, this card has got really nifty corners. You can see there in their little keyhole look there. And it's got very nice centering. You know, there's sort of weird centering on these 68s because there's the sort of the fabric, you know, the brown outside frame, and then there's how the picture sits on the white in the middle of the card. And so the actual image itself sits to the left of that, so there's a little bit off center in the white, but very well centered in the brown. So anyway, that's what the card looks like all together. So it went from an SBC 6 to an SGC 7.5, which was a real pleasing outcome for me. I'm very glad that this card got this high grade. This is a keeper for sure, and just basically my favorite card of all time, at least as it stands right now for my man, the franchise. So anyway, that is the highest of the highs from this grading extravaganza. Let's put Tommy right there, and we'll put Larry right next to Tommy. How about, and we'll put Batman next to Tom and Larry. There we go. Anyway, so that's your SGC grading reveal, and much, much more. This is the end. As you can see, there's nothing left. And we will end this program and let you go back to your regularly scheduled viewing. Thank you.